Hello everyone, this is Baka&Co, a show where we talk about all things anime and manga, from news to previews and all our idiotic views. I'm Frankfurter, and with me is my co-host, Shy Shaman Magically Average. Today we are going to talk about Hunter x Hunter being back, Bayonetta 3 updates, and more, but before that, Mr. Shy Guy, how are you doing?
Sometimes I need to not talk at all before the stream starts because I'm pretty sure 99% of the time you make up a weird nickname based on whatever I'm talking about just before we start streaming and
That may or may
recording.
not be true. That may or may
Oh,
not be
yeah,
true.
really? Really? Would you like to
The
tell
past,
people
like,
what
4 weeks.
Well, I was just gonna say, would you like to tell the lovely people watching and listening what manga series I was just talking about?
Something about Shy Hitomi-chan is Shy with Strangers. That's it. I was like, wait,
And
I had this
and
on a
what
tab. I had this on a tab. Which one was it?
and what was the name you gave me?
Shy Shaman.
Mm. I don't need to
So
connect the dots for you listeners and viewers out there.
throw some
But
alliteration in there, and it's a good time. We're having fun. It's fine, Mr. Shy Boy.
you used to try. You used to try. You used to be good at this. You used to actually care. Now you're just throwing everything out there.
Hey, if the pasta sticks to the wall, I mean, it's
Don't
ready to
throw your
go.
pasta at the wall.
Well, if
Don't do
you
that.
know if your pasta's good if you throw it at the wall or not.
Just taste it. Just
But
just
but
put
then
it
how will I
underwater and
how?
taste it.
But anywho, let's go on to let's start with news story number one. Hunter x Hunter is back after 4 fucking years. 4 annoying long years. Hunter x Hunter fans fucking joyce. The rest of the anime community can finally recover after all the complaining with the upcoming release of chapter 391 of the popular series. The latest chapter will be released in the 47th issue of Weekly Shonen Jump and will continue as a weekly serialization. Hunter x Hunter returns after an almost 4-year hiatus, with its last issue being published in November of 2018. Chapter 391 was released today in Japan, and international readers should look forward to the translated. I'm pretty sure the translated is already out.
Oh yeah, it's out. Yeah, it's going to be coming out every
Oh,
Sunday
it's versions
moving
on Sunday
forward.
moving forward. Yep, I should have read
Yeah,
the end
I
of
think like
that sentence. I'm
I
just
think
an
it's
idiot.
like it comes out Monday morning in Japan, and so if I can translate time well, it would come out at like one no
Usually
11
they come out.
11 a
Yeah, it's like
no
10 to 10:30 a.m. Central is when they usually drop on the app.
yeah, so like 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah,
Yeah,
I have no I don't care about this series. I've never watched it or read it. I just know people love it a lot, um, and have just never shut up about it. Just basically leaving off on like this weird cliffhanger or like unfinished bit of story. I don't know what it was. All I know is that people just wouldn't shut up and stop complaining. So please, for love of God, all you Hunter x Hunter fans out there, hopefully this satiates your appetite and you can stop whining.
I doubt it because it's only going to be 10 chapters.
That's what I was just gonna make that comment too. I was like, I I don't think so because it's only just a little chunk. So
It's
as a
one complete volume. I to put in perspective, I have watched the show. I've not read any of the manga. The show kind of puts like a bow on top of it, and just like leaves it open, like, hey, we could do more, or it could just be ended now. But
yeah,
like, it's fine. I haven't read past what, like, I haven't read where the show stops and the manga continues, which I
okay.
might, because there's like 40 or 60 chapters maybe after of where
So that
the anime ends.
so that was gonna be my question was because I know nothing about the source material compared to the anime, so I wasn't sure where things left off and why people were so irate. So wasn't sure if it was an issue with the anime or the manga or a combination of the two.
Yeah, I don't know what the next arc is because I haven't read it and I haven't really looked into it. I just know after doing a quick Google search this weekend, thinking like, should I catch up with Hunter x Hunter before the new chapter comes out? 60 chapters? I'm good. I'm fine. I've got
Yeah.
so many other things on my plate. Like I'm addicted to Overwatch 2. I really want to continue playing that. I've been reading a shit ton more. I've kind of fallen off with keeping up with my dubs for anime because work has kind of slowed down a little bit for me. A little bit. I'm not gonna say it. Never mind. But just
You just jinxed yourself now.
Yeah, I really did. But no, basically, I've been trying to read a bit more because it was, when you like get in those moods where you're reading a series or you're reading books and you're like, okay, I'm not going to start another series until I'm finished with this one, and you're on just one book for days on end because it's just for some stupid reason the arc you're on is just really not great.
Yeah.
That's where I was. It literally took me
Oh,
like
okay.
2 weeks to read through, about a week and a half to read through a book for Dead Mount Death Play, I believe is what it is.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. I I also laughed too because when the news was originally announced that the creator was coming back and continuing the series, I saw a lot of people being like, "We're gonna get more of the show," and I'm like,
no.
"No, you're getting more of the manga." Yippee! And yeah, the fact that it's only 10 chapters. I mean, I truthfully, I hope for all you Hunter x Hunter fans listening, I hope that everything is wrapped up neatly, that you can finally rest in peace, because God knows I will not be able to survive another 4 years of all you bitching and crying. So, for the love of God, whoever created Hunter x Hunter, I can't remember your name, please do them justice. Finish this series and move on. Let them let them die peacefully. Their souls can go to the ether now. Please release them.
Yoshihiro Togashi is the author's name.
Yoshihiro Togashi, I'm talking directly to you now. End this shit.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see because I really feel like he just needs to, but at the same time, I feel like I don't know where it ended, so I don't know if 10 chapters is enough to give a conclusive ending or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
But real quick aside, I brought up Dead Mount Death Play. I was like, I really enjoy this series. It's just the one volume took me a while to get through. But I was like, okay, what else has this author done? And it's really just like dawned on me. It's like, no wonder I do like this series because they created Baka&Co and Durarara. So,
Oh, well, there you go.
so there you go. But anywho, Hunter x Hunter, you got 9 more chapters as of today coming your way. So congrats to you, Hunter x Hunter. You're back for a
Yay.
limited time only.
Limited time. Yeah.
Anywho, speaking of limited time only, Bayonetta 3, the story that never ends. No,
This
it'll
is
end.
this is the yeah, the never-ending story. This is not a limited time series. This is a lifelong fucking debacle.
Yeah, so last week we recorded our episode on Monday, and instantly, like after recording, more news came out, and we re recorded everything on Tuesday and then uploaded so we would hit the original deadline of our Wednesday upload. So there's an even more further update that came out, I believe, today, if not yesterday, for this Bayonetta stories. But Jesus Christ, it's just
Yeah,
like,
I mean, to give a quick timeline, basically, the voice actor Helena Taylor came out with her story last weekend. Then Monday, there were stories from Platinum Games and reports that came out, and now just recent, Helena Taylor's gone through like another whole response period. So it's
yeah.
it's basically been a week chock full of shit.
So to get into it, we have more updates, and as Tyler said, they're from Helena Taylor's side of the story. Many supporters of Helena Taylor quickly turned against the voice actress after reports of Bloomberg were released on early last week. The reports showed that Helena Taylor was not offered $4,000, but rather closer to $1,500, depending on the number of recording sessions there would be. So it'd be about
15,000.
sorry,
15,000.
15,000 to about 20,000 is what the reports were saying.
Yeah.
Helena immediately countered these reports, stating that this was just a ploy for Platinum to save their asses. With Taylor doubling down on her claims, many fans started to question the validity of her statements in the entire fiasco that Taylor detailed in her videos. Now, as of I believe today, if not yesterday, Helena Taylor is back to defend herself, and what she said in a series of tweets was that she explained that she was offered 10,000 originally and stated it was too low, following up with, "Remember, this is a $450 million franchise." She then reached out to Hideki Kamiya and asked for an offer based on how much he valued her contribution to the game. He returned with an additional 5,000, to which she declined. Taylor then goes on to say that she waited 11 months without hearing Platinum Games only to be offered $4,000. She finished by refuting the claim that she was offered 4,000 for 5 recording sessions. In her videos, the original videos, Taylor details her lowly wage for the first Bayonetta game as being £3,000, and how she felt weird asking for. Oh, sorry. I wanted to get to this a bit after, but
Yeah.
this is basically a very big stark contrast as to her first videos of like, hey, they only offered me $4,000.
Yeah.
It's like
It
you've fucking shot yourself in the foot, like over and over again. First by lying, you blatantly lied by saying that they only offered you $4,000. There were two other offers before the 4 grand, which is just like at
I
that
mean,
point they
apparently.
apparently, and that at that point I'm sure they only offered her 4,000 because they probably already hired the other voice actress in that time. So they're like, well, we probably have this much in the budget left to hire somebody, sure. But it's just like, first off, you blatantly lied about the original pay. That's strike number one. Strike number two is coming out and saying, like, no, like, when reporters do their due diligence and talk to companies, especially Jason Schreier, they fucking make sure that they get everything right and they're reporting everything correctly, because they will get called out, and people be a dumpster fire in their comments if they're wrong. So
They can
for
get
some,
sued.
well, that too, but it's just like something like this is just so, the fact that they reported how much that she was supposed to be paid, somebody else backed it up, and then she calls them liars and says that they're in Platinum's pocket. That to me is just like, no. Jason Schreier's not in anybody's fucking pocket. The man calls out anybody he wants. And
Yeah.
for good reason, because he's been in the industry for so fucking long. So like, calling him a fucking liar in this industry where you have not been a part of for like a decade, because you've only done Bayonetta's voice for the past decade, is strike number two in my mind. And then strike number three is just like giving more numbers out there which are just like completely different, and then saying like, oh, it's a $450 like $1 million franchise. It's like, yeah, but do you know how many people work on the franchise and how much they get paid, and like everything else? And you have to think of logistics costs to get the game out. Everything, just there's so much. $450 million like made on a game, minus like however many like much expenses you had on the game. It's not necessarily like they probably made, no, I don't know if they've made $450 million, because Bayonetta 2 only came out on Nintendo platforms. But I don't know, just everything about, ever since she's come out with her first video and then everything being refuted and backed up, it's just like she's trying to save her own ass, and it's just not working in my view.
Yeah. Well, it's weird too because when she first broke the story the previous weekend in her video, the tone was very much like a, hey, this company is really bad, and this speaks volumes to like voice acting as a whole and like the changes that need to be made. It was less about her and more about like, hey, let's call out the people that are giving out these really poor offers and basically forcing voice actors to work their, to the death just to make a livable wage. And it was like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's believable. Yeah. And that's what rallied everyone behind her. Then the reports came out, and it was like, well, what she said was not really true. She wasn't offered that much money, that little money, I should say. It was much more. And this was all sort of fabricated. Her tone sort of has shifted now to a pity me, please, pity me. I mean, look how much I was paid for the first game. Like, this is so wrong. It's so awful of me to have to go through this, and I think because of that, people are turning more and more against her too. Like she talks about her wage on the first game as being £3,000, which I mean it's the first game of a new series that no one knows how it's going to do, and yeah, I mean you're probably not going to get paid a ton, but it's going to be fair, and it the reports even stated she got paid more for Bayonetta 2 and then significantly more for Bayonetta 3. But it was
Yeah.
only when Bayonetta 3 came around where she was like, well, now I have an issue. Now I need to come out and just to put my foot on the ground and request a six-figure salary, which
I
one
I,
is
I want to
asinine.
I also want to interject on that six-figure thing. I find it weird that every report that I've seen has only said six figures, and then in these new set of tweets, she's just saying, "I've also been informed of ridiculous fictions such as I asked for $250,000, which $250,000 is a shit ton of money. That's $250,000. Like
Yeah, like
six figures, I think of okay, she probably asked for 100,000, but it's just like she's the one that threw out a number, which really seems fucking weird in my opinion.
yeah, like it's all odd too. And we looked at her IMDb and kind of questioned like, well, what has she voiced in the past? And it is true. Since 2009, basically, she has only voiced Bayonetta, and there are large gaps of time where she's not doing any voice acting. So I it's hard for me to feel any sort of sympathy towards her. I mean, it's clear that she suffers from anxiety and depression. I think she made that abundantly clear in a couple of her videos, and she also talked about how she always feels awkward asking for fans to pay for her autographs at conventions, which is another weird thing. Like that's just common in the industry. Like every convention I've ever gone to, whether I'm meeting an actor, voice actor, content creator, doesn't matter. Like if you want a signature, you have to pay for it. And it's like that's just sort of an expectation, I guess. It's not like an anomaly for people to start charging for that.
Yeah.
Um now, are some people unfair in charging a bajillion dollars? Yeah, but you have a choice not to go to that person, I guess. But at any rate, like it seems like she's sort of completely shifted her story and the focal point from, hey, I'm gonna call out this company for bad business practices, to now it's like, hey, pity me because I can't get work a livable wage from my work, even though I only work sparingly over the course of 13 years in voice acting, and then I come back in and think I deserve six figures salary for 5 recording sessions.
Yeah,
Like I just
it's
it baffles me.
yeah, like she hasn't been another voice, let alone had another acting gig since 2011. So for the past literal decade, she's only been doing Bayonetta. Like
Right.
the fact is she's either not like her she needs to fire her agent and get a new agent for fucking voice acting gigs or live action, or just like,
Whatever.
fucking acting roles, or fucking switch industries. Just like apparently the acting industry isn't your thing. It's
Well, when the reports came out, she did make a comment. I don't know if it was just like a fuck you comment or whatever, but she was like, I'm just gonna go to the theater now.
yeah, and if
So
you're doing
my
theater,
my
that's
guess is,
fine. But like,
yeah, I mean, it's clear she's had to have some salary, some wage for over the past decade, because God knows that I mean, I don't think anyone can survive off of 3 million pounds over the course of 3 years up until the next Bayonetta came out. So it's clear she's been receiving an income somewhere else. And if it's theater, that's great. Then go to theater. But I mean, it doesn't make sense, and I feel like it's so short sighted of her to expect that, yeah, this is my third time around. I deserve a livable wage off of 5 recording sessions and I'm good for the year. I mean, I'm not discrediting the effort that goes into voice acting. I personally am trying to get into voice acting. I have been for a year or two now, and it's challenging. We've both gone to panels. You've spoken with voice actors about how challenging it is to get into the industry and where best to start, and how to grow and everything. Like it takes a lot of work. So yeah, if you're not focusing a lot of time on it, then you're not gonna get a lot of roles and you're not gonna grow as a voice actor. So, but don't come back in expecting to get, for everyone to bow down and wait on you hands and knees just because I've been the voice actor for this character 2 times and I deserve everything in the world for the third time. Like it's just, I don't know. It's a shame too, just because it's goes against her whole image now. And you hope the best for her because you don't want this to completely destroy her career, but it's hard. it's going to be hard in my mind for her to find any future jobs as a voice actor. I think she's going to have to pivot and go somewhere else in the entertainment industry.
Yeah, I think like my biggest fear and concern from this whole debacle is that the people who will claim like, hey, was unfairly paid for this movie or this show or this series or this game, this whatever the fuck it is, people are just gonna take it with a grain of salt now and just be like, hey, I don't know, that Helena Taylor also fucking lied. But it's just like, no, we've seen it historically, and now we have the first just person who's just coming out saying like, who's just using this whole situation as just like, I feel like this was a growing situation amongst voice actors, and it was actually starting to gain some traction. I feel like this is a ginormous step back for that, because I mean, you had the whole thing with, we've talked about this countless times, Mob Psycho, that whole fucking thing that happened with season 3 with Crunchyroll slash Funimation. That's some horse shit. You had it with the Jujutsu Kaisen Zero movie. It's happened in the past. It'll continue to happen, and this is just kind of a slap in the face to the people who are trying to actually get livable wages. $250,000 is, as a shit ton of money, let alone $100,000. That is a fuck ton of money. That's more than my yearly salary. $100,000 is way more than my yearly salary.
That's more than a lot of people's. So,
yeah, it's a shit ton. I don't know what the fuck she's living on. Caviar and some fucking Grey Poupon. Like, I don't fucking know, dude. But it really rubs salt in the wound to the people who are truly unfairly compensated.
Yeah, every claim's now going to be just observed with. Yeah, it's going to be under the microscopic telescope to see exactly if it's true or not. It's just, not a good look, but hopefully we can move past it.
Yeah. And moving past it, we are going to go to news story number 3. The Titans are landing in New York. And no, it's not the fucking Tennessee Titans going to New York. It's Hajime Isayama. Isayama. I know. I do that every time I question it. Am I doing it right?
Cadence. It's the same cadence every time. It's question mark.
Got it. Nailed it.
The same way every time. I love it.
He is the author of Attack on Titan. He will be attending this year's Anime Anime NYC. This marks Isayama's first ever event he's attended in the U.S. The Kodansha staff will also be in attendance during the convention. Isayama will be signing autographs on November 18th, followed by a talking event on the main stage on November 19th. Kodansha will also have a booth at the convention where they will feature Attack on Titan. Anima. God damn. I need to slow down when I read. Hajime Ishii. Okay, thank you, Sam. Anime NYC will screen plenty of world premiere shows and is hosting a large assortment of studios and creators this year. So, do you think we'll get a sneak peek of the final season of Attack on Titan, or get any sort of information on the final season, final part, final remix of fucking Attack on Titan season 4?
Yeah, the final season 2.0-30 exclamation point.
Hey, now we don't need to go into fucking Evangelion territory, okay?
Oh wait, I should do Attack on Titan final 385 over 2, whatever stupid other
Turbo
titles.
Express.
Yeah, other dumb names to come up with. I mean, God, I hope so, right? So I'm gonna. This might be a dumb question, and I probably should have looked it up beforehand. But whoops. Have we had final confirmation that this upcoming season will air in 2023? I feel like we have, right? It has been confirmed, just no official date.
I don't think so. Not to my knowledge. I'll double check if you want to go off on something, but I don't think we have.
That's the reason why I questioned it, because I don't think I had ever seen anything confirming 2023 either. But all I see on social media, and especially after this article was announced and everyone was, getting pumped that Hajime Isayama is coming to the United States for Anime NYC, like everyone's like, oh yeah, like Attack on Titan news, it's coming out to early 2023. It's going to compete with Jujutsu Kaisen and Vinland Saga season 2 and yada yada yada. And I'm like, I don't think it's been confirmed for 2023 even. Like
It
I don't.
has. It has.
Okay.
Anime News Network on, excuse me, April 3rd announced that it will be ending in 2023.
Okay. April 3rd. Okay. So yeah, that was a while ago. All right. Yeah, because I had like a weird sensation of like I feel like I had maybe heard that, but at the same time there wasn't enough. Like I hadn't been seeing a lot of news from Attack on Titan lately to where I started to forget if it was confirmed for 2023 or not. But anyway, um, I sure as shit hope that they're gonna show something, anything. Like even like it could be a 10-second little blip about season 3.87-2 final excellent perfection score season turbo for Attack on Titan. Like just anything. It doesn't have to be a final date or confirmation of anything like that. It doesn't have to have a full ass trailer or
Yeah.
even like just something
Ass
to be
trailer.
like ass trailer. I mean, if you show me an Attack on Titan ass trailer, I might get hyped up for the season. Just saying.
There's somebody out there that's probably snippeted together
Oh yeah,
all the pieces of like, or all the
all the
shots
asses,
of the Titans' asses. Yeah, for sure, it's out there
hands
somewhere.
down.
Somewhere out
And
there,
I
it's
will be
there.
searching for it after this
Give us
podcast.
the Attack on Titan ass trailer, okay? Give us the ass
That we
trailer,
all
the trailer
deserve.
that everybody wants. Um,
Yeah.
I think that we get some news. I don't think we're gonna get much. We'll probably get a reconfirmation that it's coming out in 2023. I doubt we get a date. If we get anything at all, it is not a new trailer. We will get like, hey, it's coming out like fall 2023 or summer 2023. It's not coming out in winter. It is.
Hell no.
I doubt it's coming out in spring. I believe if I had to take a guess and a stab at this, with the amount of shit that's being worked on for winter 2023 right now, and the amount that's already been announced for afterwards, I think that we'll get this summer at earliest, if not fall next year, because people are going to want to work on the series and make sure that it, quote unquote, this is just me just speaking for people that I don't have like no business speaking for, want it to be done right, which it should have been in the first place, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. I think it'll come summer or fall next year. I don't think we get confirmation of that at all. This NYC Anime NYC. I do think we do get a reconfirmation though that it is coming out next year.
Yeah. I agree. I'm gonna go more pessimistic though, and I'm gonna actually say winter. Well, sorry, I'll say the fall of next year, but I honestly think it's gonna be towards the end of next year too, because I'm looking through live chart and then obviously adding in the bits of other series that I know are coming out in 2023 as well. But we've got Vinland Saga season 2 confirmed for winter, done by Mappa. We've got Jujutsu Kaisen confirmed for early part of 2023, I believe. So either spring or fall or spring or summer. And then I can't remember if there's like another one from Mappa that's coming out, like a top tier one. There might be a
Vinland
hand.
Saga is in winter.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Yeah, Vinland Saga it's this winter.
Yeah.
It's upcoming. So I don't think they're gonna have the time or the resources to be able to put out anything for Attack on Titan if they want to do it well until maybe fall. But I'm thinking we're looking at winter, technically winter 2024, but obviously like December time of next year. I
Yeah.
just it and I surprising enough, given my statements on the show and my opinions and everything, I do want to see this end well. Like I want to see it wrapped up, but I want it done to perfection because then it's worth the wait.
I
So I don't want them to rush.
honestly, I just want this fucking thing to end. I really don't care. At this point,
No,
I don't. I don't.
no,
If it
you
ends,
do. You do. You want it to end well. Don't give me that shit. We've
okay.
gone through this entire
I'm
series
so jaded
together.
because I know that the fact that fucking it will be anything will be better than the ending of the Neverland season 2. Excuse me, that was a weird like I
Gotta
had to
stop.
burp, but it was a hiccup.
We
And it
gotta
was I
stop
don't know. No,
comparing it to that show.
I'm never gonna stop.
Listen, just let it
No,
die. Let it die where it should have, which is never have being created. But yeah, I want it. I know, and this is coming from someone that has not read the source material, so I know I'm missing out on a large portion of obviously what's going to happen next, and I know a lot of the manga readers are a little peeved about it, and that's leaving a lot of the anime watchers quite scared about how it's going to end. I'm keeping myself far away from all of the hoopla and just going in as blind as possible because I don't want it to be ruined.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, truthfully, I do want it to end well. So take your time. If it comes out in December of next, December of next year, great. That just signals to me that you've taken your time. You've made sure that it is as complete and polished as possible, and you're going to end on a high note, because God knows if you succumb to, which I don't think they will, but you can't succumb to all the noise of people being like, we need it now, must have, we want it now, now, now. Like, it's just not going to end well. They got so many other series on their hands that are top tier. Vinland Saga, Jujutsu Kaisen. Eventually, we're gonna get Hell's Paradise.
Like, so yeah, I was gonna say, to put into perspective,
crazy.
The only 3 shows that are announced for next year are Vinland Saga Season 2, Attack on Titan's final season Part 3, and Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. The other TBAs, there's 2 shows, or sorry, 1 show and 3 movies. Alice Tutorise no Moboroshi Kojo?
Yeah, that one. I know that one.
Yuri on Ice, the movie, and Zombieland Saga movie, and then the TV show Hell's Paradise, which I cannot wait for. Cannot wait. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think it'll come out summer to fall next year. You're saying fall for sure. We're both saying we ain't getting a fucking date this weekend, which that's...
No. The best you're gonna get this weekend is maybe a little sneak peek of Eren as the founding Titan or whatever. Like that, just some weird little like blip of like the here he comes and all of his creepiness. Watch out, he's gonna get you, and then that's gonna be it.
Yeah,
so but no, don't hold your breath, people. We're still gonna be waiting a while.
And I won't hold my breath because I have to breathe while reading all these new dates and announcements. Ooh, spooky! Yay. I just realized this is our last episode for the month of October, because we are not going to be live next Monday for Halloween. I'm making that decision already right now.
Oh yeah, no, I'm going full ass adult and passing out candy. Like I'm so excited. This will be the first Halloween in my house where I get to pass out candy. And I got full candy bars. I got full size candy. I'm gonna be that house.
You're gonna be that neighbor.
Yeah, because I don't want to be egged or TP'd. I am giving in to the extortionists of my neighborhood, those little snot-nosed kids, because I do not want my house to be terrorized.
To put in this perspective, I don't think a kid in my neighborhood would ever egg or TP my house, because I live right next to a graveyard. And you know that's some bad fucking juju if they ever did that.
Yeah, that's bad juju. That's the calling for the spirits to come out at night and haunt you.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyways, new dates and announcements. Crunchyroll's monthly prices will increase if you live in Chile, Canada, Austria, Finland, Argentina, Australia, New Zealand, Mexico, Netherlands, Faroe Islands, or Greenland. I don't know what the prices are. If you live in one of those territories, look it up yourself. Sorry to hear that. Well, really, it really sucks.
The other half of Baka&Co basically in Canada and Australia.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
Sorry, Element. Sorry, Drew. Love you guys. Anyways, The Winged Weapon Wielder manga will end in its 3rd volume on December 12th. Sabikui Bisco, or Rust Eater Bisco, manga's 2nd part is going to be ending soon, will end soon in its 3rd volume. Natsuto Lemon to Overlay? I don't know, whatever. Manga will end on November 17th. Heavenly Delusion manga is getting an anime adaptation in 2023 by Project IG. Hakodi's One Room of Happiness manga will end with its 11th volume. Crunchyroll has acquired the streaming rights to Arc Knight's Prelude to Dawn, which starts this Friday, October 28th. High Card
a little late. Okay.
Yeah, well, you know what? Better late than never. There's another better late than never in here as well. High Card will premiere at Anime NYC this weekend. The film Blue Giant got a teaser trailer this past weekend and will open in Japan on February 17th. The new Saga Plus light novel series will get an anime starting next July. these next two. I'm gonna start with the bottom point and go back up to the top point. Hulu is now streaming Black Rock Shooter. I saw Black and Rock and just said Block. It's
Block.
My brain is dumb. It works in mysterious ways. Black Rock Shooter Dawnfall, which is on Disney Plus in other territories. So Hulu in the US, Disney Plus in other territories. And then you have this. Tatami Time Machine Blues will stream in the US on Disney Plus starting November 9th. Okay.
Disney. So is this wait, so time out. This is confirmed to be the first anime to start streaming on Disney Plus in the United States.
Yep.
Okay, because we still don't have summertime rendering, and then obviously we know what happened with Bleach moving to Hulu. So
and you had so the same time that they announced that summertime rendering was, Disney had the rights to summertime rendering, they also announced that they had the rights to Black Rock Shooter and also the rights to the fucking Twisted Wonderland show.
Yep.
Which have been no news until now. Like, the fuck? Like, this show, Black Rock Shooter, just came out of fucking nowhere, and it's on Hulu. And then you're going to tell me that, 2 weeks later, you're going to get your first anime on fucking Disney Plus? So are we going to get all these other animes that are on Hulu on Disney Plus now? Are we going to get a new announcement about that? What the fuck is going on, Disney? Why? Give it to... Just make it consistent. Do something consistently. For the love of fucking whatever god you pray to. Just... this is so infuriating. Attack on Titan to you is like Disney Plus to me. This is the most fucking infuriating thing ever. I hate it.
I just can't.
I can't wait so much.
I can't wait for them to come out and announce that they're releasing Twisted Wonderland on ESPN Plus or something.
Oh my fucking god, that'd be hilarious though. I would just fucking ball laughing.
The next arc of Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War is going to be released on ESPN Plus. Watch it alongside your favorite hockey teams and the UFC.
And then after that, if you don't want to watch the UFC, check out Black Rock Shooter on ESPN 8, The Ocho. God,
that's where you watch your dodgeball tournaments.
Exactly. What a fucking joke. Hey, Disney, get your shit together. Fuck. Evangelion 3.0 plus 3.0 plus 1.01 will screen in the US on November 30th ahead of its December release date, which I'm looking forward to that.
Did you mess up the title as you're wearing an Evangelion hat?
I did not. It's Evangelion 3.0. No, I said...
You said 3.0 plus 3, and then you were like, wait, 3.0 plus 1.01. You said a 3 afterward. I'm gonna grill you for this, Mr. Wearing a Hat.
I just said Block Rock Shooter. I just said Block Rock the fucking past the fucking Oh, my brain don't work well.
I need to speed blast my ass through Evangelion too, because I would like to go see this in theaters.
Just watch the other 3 movies. They're on Amazon Prime. Actually, this movie's on Amazon Prime as well. You can already go watch it. But the 1.01 makes me think that there's a little bit addition to that movie coming to theaters. So, yeah. What?
All right.
What?
Well, I'll get on it then because I do want to watch it.
Yeah, they're great movies. Kami-sama Kiss creator Juliet Suzuki is launching a new manga on November 5th titled A Nibble for My Fave, which is a vampire rom-com.
I'm sure my fiance is going to love it because she likes Kami-sama Kiss, and I fucking hate the intro with a burning passion, and she just always plays it for me.
I'm glad somebody needs to torture you in real life when I'm not there, which is all the time.
My life is torture.
my life is pain. My life is torture. Nobody knows the woes like I know the woes. Anywho,
nobody knows
the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows. Zombieland Saga Gaiden, which is ending on November 17th. Anywho,
sad.
Crunchyroll has announced it will stream the show. Play it cool, guys. Don't know when the fuck it starts.
That's the nerdy boys that...
Yeah, it's the 4 guys who look really fucking cool, but they just don't know. Like, they look cool. No, they pull off looking cool, but because they pull off looking cool, nobody fucking, will approach them, and then they're just nerds, and they don't know why people don't approach them, and when they do approach them, they're just like, I don't fucking know how to communicate with humans.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a better late than never acquire for Crunchyroll. Raven of the Inner Palace English dub will premiere on October 22nd, which is 2 days ago, so I don't know why I included that one. We're just gonna fucking delete. My youth romantic comedy is wrong as I expected. The manga will end with its 22nd volume, so glad another, long form volume or manga is getting an end. So, woohoo! Interviews with Monster Girls manga will end in December. I actually watched season 1 of this. If you have not watched it and you need like a break from your fucking action shows this season, it's a really wholesome slice of life. It's really enjoyable. It's 1 season long, 12 or 13 episodes. Go watch it. Crunchyroll, I believe.
Are you encroaching on my slice of life area? This is my realm.
Which is
good
hilarious
sir.
that I've seen this and you haven't. But to each their
Which
own.
is
To each your own.
because there's amazing slice of life this season. You got Bocchi the Rock.
Oh,
you
I
got
know.
Do It Yourself.
I know. I'm caught up on both.
Fuck off.
Fuck you.
Don't encroach. This is my area. This is my domain.
Speaking of your domain, not really at all. This is Lobo's domain. It was his domain,
Yeah.
and he doesn't want it to be his domain anymore. Maybe he does. I don't know. I love you, Lobo. To Your Eternity, the manga just finished its 2nd arc and will take a break and resume in January with arc number 3. The manga Bartender is getting a new anime project. That's all we know. Great. Good for
Cool.
you. Surune, the Connecting Arrow, season 2 will debut in January 2023. There's a fucking, what is that, number 85 for fucking
2023?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
for fall or for winter 2023.
Oh yeah, just add it to the list.
Just add it to the fucking list. I think we're at 85 shows.
397.
God damn, it's too many. It's too many. Makoto Shinkai's new movie Suzume's Door Locking will get a 12-minute preview on October 28th on TV in Japan. It is actually the first 12 minutes of the movie.
I hope it makes it over to the US. Like someone is kind enough to translate and bring it over because I do want to see this.
I'm excited for this movie.
It looks really good.
But I've made this complaint already. Do not watch the full-length trailer for this movie because I feel like I've seen the entire plot for this movie after watching the full 2-minute trailer. Like it gives away a lot of the fucking plot points. I feel like I'm sure there's a lot more to it, but I feel like I get the general plot of the movie after or what's gonna happen. It's just yeah.
Okay, humor me. On the count of 3, let's say the first word that comes to mind when you watch that trailer. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Chair fucker. Boy. Anywho.
Move on.
Alya sometimes hides her feelings in Russian. The light novel series will be getting a manga debut on October 29th. The manga Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games is getting a live-action adaptation alongside its anime project. Usually I don't.
Yay!
Yeah, usually I don't say the live
no.
action. Usually I don't go live action and put those in here, but I know that you like the series, and I didn't know that it was getting an anime project. So I was just like, fuck it, we'll throw it in here.
Yeah, I was excited when I saw it. I was like, yay! And then I saw live action, and I was like, no. And then I saw anime project. I was like, yay! Still kind of hope.
Yeah,
it is such a fun read. I love it. I can't wait for it to be animated.
Fair enough. The author of the Midnight Occult Civil Servants is launching a new manga titled Magician's Criminal Investigation. So good for you. Glad that's happening.
Both of those titles are crazy.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if Midnight Occult Civil Servants got an anime or not. If it did, I think I watched like the first 2 episodes of it and then just was like, eh. Anywho, Aniplex announced a new original anime that will premiere in January from Nitro Plus and PA Works titled Buddy Daddies, which is a buddy cop type show, but buddy assassins, not buddy cop. It's buddy assassin. You get the point.
I just hoped it was gonna be like 2 single dads, like just going on adventures together, being dads.
No, they're daddy assassins. So
that leaves more questions than answers.
I don't know, but the poster looks fucking adorable, and I'm gonna watch the shit out of it. Anywho, Laid Back Camp is getting a 3rd season. Good for you. I know a lot of people love that series, so I'm glad you're getting a season 3. Blue Orchestra, the anime, will premiere next April. Skip Beat, the manga, is taking a 1-month break due to the author's health. Aliens Arena, the manga, has ended and will have new content in its 2nd and/or 3rd volumes, which will release on February 3rd. This one kind of stings for me because I've been reading this week to week since it's first aired, and I thought it started slow, but once you got past the initial just character introduction and world building and they got into it, actually became really pretty good. It got a little dark too, and I was just like, cool, I'm in. This is great. But it got canned. This is the second week in a row that a novel got canned. Last week it
And
was the Super Smartphone.
what I was just gonna say, you had basically the same response or same like breakdown of your thoughts on
Super Smartphone, yeah.
Super Smartphone as well. Slow to start, and then it picked up, and I was really interested. I thought you were just talking about the same
Unlike
shit. I was like,
which
deja
is
vu.
which is so weird because it's unlike the fucking one series on Shonen Jump PPPPPPP, which I thought had a fucking solid start. It was really good, and then this past arc has been so goddamn confusing. For those of you who don't know, it's a music manga, so mostly about piano playing, not necessarily music, but traditional piano. Yeah, I know that I probably added extra P in there or something, but it definitely is like a music related term. But yeah, R.I.P. Aliens Arena or area, not arena area. Love All Play, the manga will end next chapter. Lupin the Third is getting a episode anime titled Lupin Zero, and it'll premiere on December 16th on High Dive. So it looks like from the poster that this is about young Lupin the Third, which actually could be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I've seen a few of the movies, and they're pretty solid movies. They kind of follow the same plot progression for each, but they're overall solid and fun movies. They're just, whodunit mystery movies. But yeah, Lupin Zero coming out December 16th on High Dive. The game Dragon Quest Treasures is getting a manga adaptation. Also, Dragon Quest X, Dragon Quest X manga's adaptation has also ended.
Convenient timing.
Mm-hmm. We're almost done here. World's End Harem
God.
is taking a break in November and will resume in December with its final arc. One Piece Red becomes the 9th all-time highest earning film in Japan at 17.356 billion yen.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of MAPPA, Vinland Saga Season 2 will begin on January 9th, and then 8 Man vs. Cyborg 009 manga is entering its final stage. I probably just pissed off every Cyborg 009 fan out there by not knowing how to pronounce 009 or 009. I don't know.
009.
But that spin-off manga is ending, or entering its final stage, so good for you. D4DJ All Mix second season is premiering in January 2023. There's show number 86. There you go. And then finally, Battle Angel Alita Mars Chronicle, the manga, is taking a break until spring 2023. Whoo! Alrighty. We got
You made it through with minimal.
No, we had a fuck ton of mess ups. It's okay.
Yeah.
My brain don't be working good at late at night at such, Last news story. I secretly hope Joe Biden cosplays. Not really, because he's a fucking... not really. I hope nobody in our fucking government... Anywho. Anyone on social media has likely seen some amazing cosplays of popular anime series, specifically portraying the Forger family from Spy Family. One cosplay group in particular stands above the rest, though, not for their cosplays exactly, but also because they're politicians. Oh, you mother... Oh, God, this is what you were saying earlier.
Yay.
He's like, I can't wait for you to try to pronounce this. God.
Right after the news and announcements. Have fun, bud.
Sengwen Su? Lei Pinyu and Huang Jie are Taiwanese politicians in addition to cosplayers, fitting for Lloyd, Yor, and Anya. Why did you do this to me? I don't understand.
This is an interesting article.
I know, but just like throwing... anyways. Lai, who has cosplayed many popular characters like Asuka from Neon Genesis Evangelion and Sailor Mars from Sailor Moon series, is known for supporting the anime and cosplay industry in Taiwan. That was a lot to read. That was a lot.
Yeah.
You tried... Like, I'm just finally starting to somewhat get a hold of, like, Japanese names and pronunciations, but just throw
in the Taiwanese.
Or the Taiwanese. Yeah, sorry, not Vietnamese. Taiwanese is just like, oh, no. No. But yeah, no, like, I feel like because... okay, so here's my question, because you threw this one in here. Did they start out as politicians, or did they start out as cosplayers and then become politicians?
So I was trying to read more about them in the article, and they really didn't have a lot of their backstory because it was only like recently found out, I guess, that they cosplay. And the Sang Huan-su and Lai Pingyu, Sang does Lloyd and then Lai does Yor. They're actually married too. So they're a couple in addition to being politicians, and they've been, I guess, to relate it to our Western audience, um, they've been more on the, I guess, liberal side of Taiwan. So fighting against like the Chinese government and going out to protests and stuff. It's interesting to see these politicians, people in the government, actually being a part of the protests and whatnot. So speaks volumes to them as politicians. But yeah, I think it was just recently discovered that they were cosplayers, and then people dove a bit deeper and were like, oh, they've been cosplaying for a while. Whether or not they've done it together for the entire time, or they just sort of collab together for the Spy Family cosplay, I'm not sure. But yeah, it was just interesting too to see that Lai Pin who does Your, she's been a voice, I guess, in Taiwan in support of the anime and cosplay industry. So I don't know if that means just helping out companies, or establishing freedoms for those who want to cosplay, and then trying to draw in more business in the anime slash entertainment industry. Not sure, but it's always cool to see like people from all different walks of earth
Yeah.
coming in and cosplaying. You have your quote unquote regular normies, but you have those select few, like, there's athletes that cosplay. Now we have politicians, entertainers. So it's just
I
it's a real shame that only politicians in the United States that they cosplay as clowns. So, but
I yeah, no, I don't want to see anybody in our fucking government system cosplay except for maybe like
what?
I can't even think of anybody off the top of my head.
You don't want
Well,
you don't want to see the Supreme Court come out in all their
hell
goofy cosplays instead of their
fucking
robes?
no. They're already in fucking robes and fucking stupid ass wigs. Like no,
Yeah.
I don't want to
If you
see our
if you
political
listen
system. They need to be spending time doing better shit than that.
I was gonna say, if you listen to them when they walk out from their chambers and sit down on the bench, you can hear their clown shoes like squeaking like every other step. So it's really entertaining.
God, know what else is entertaining? Our recommendations for the week. I'm going to kick us off. And my recommendation for the week is the manga Romantic Killer. Volume 1 recently came out within the past few weeks. I actually don't remember quite when it came out, but it came out recently. Um, it's a pretty good first volume. It's an already finished story. It's only 4 volumes long. However, they're releasing them slowly to the U.S. But volume 1 was really good. The very general synopsis is a girl who really likes chocolate, her cat, and playing video games. Um, is sucked into a new video game and told that, hey, I'm going to take away all 3 things that you like, and so you can actually fall in love and help Japan repopulate because we don't have enough babies in Japan for this fairy company that I work at because we're fairies. Ha! And then she's like, yeah, good joke or whatever. And she leaves, and then all 3 things are pretty much taken away from her, and she's thrown into just funny situations with hot dudes. It's a reverse harem, and it's funny, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Also, the anime is starting this Thursday. Yes, I looked it up. It's getting an anime. It airs on Thursday, or it starts airing on Thursday on Netflix. So go check it
Nice.
out. I really enjoyed it. I gave it a really terrible explanation. It's a lot funnier than what I explained it. So go check it out, Romantic Killer.
Mine is an older one actually, but I've been thoroughly enjoying. It's the Hunters Guild Red Hood. You can find it on the Shonen Jump app. It is actually getting a physical release in the United States in December, so look out for that. And to my knowledge, I believe it's actually been canceled as well, which is a
Yeah, I
real
was gonna
shame
say,
because
talk about another fucking thing that got canceled that I just got canceled too soon. How far into it
it's
have you gotten, by the way?
I'm almost done. There's 18 chapters. I think I'm on 13 or 14.
Okay, yeah,
So I'm close to finish. But yeah, what a shame because it's been such a fun read. It's imagine sort of like a fairy tale esque setting where werewolves are the main sort of villains, I guess, in this area, and there's a guild to hunt down all the werewolves. And there used to be dragons until the humans killed them all too. It's a early line that stuck with me too. I love the way that they set up the environment and the world. But yeah, a lot of fun. The art's really interesting. The story is pretty simplistic, I'll say, but the designs themselves are really what drew me in. I really like how they designed the main character, Red Hood or Grim,
Yeah.
who is one of the first hunters that our main character below meets. Even the werewolves are really interesting. Like it's quite dark at times. Nothing too gruesome by any means, but it can get a little dark and dismal at points, but a really fun read. It's just a real shame that it was canceled, but you can find the Hunters Guild Red Hood on the Shonen Jump app, and then, like I said, a physical volume will be releasing in the United States in December this year.
3 volumes will be released in total for this series
Yes.
because that's about as many as they can fit. But yeah,
Correctamundo.
I've read it. I would also recommend it. It is sad that it got canceled. They really yeah, I'm not gonna say anymore because you're still reading it. But anywho, yeah, go check out those if those are your any of that sounded good to you. And thank you for checking us out this week. We will be back next week with another brand new episode, but not on Monday. We will be back on Tuesday. But if you want the fun to keep going, head over to our Twitter where you can find links to all our social medias, including a link to our Discord. But until next time, Spark Triumph. We'll see you then.